Hello everyone, my name is Daria and welcome back to my channel. And it has been quite some time since we last saw one another and since we last spoke. I really only have two big life updates to share, one of them being that I got my first tattoo, the other one being that I got a job and I will soon be moving out of state. So I am kind of in the middle of this move and weird transition point in my life, but you know what? None of that fucking matters, okay? Do you wanna know why? You know why, if you clicked on this video. Nothing in my life can ever be wrong again because we were just given the official casting for Sophie Beckett, Benedict's love interest in Bridgerton, and she is everything I could have hoped for and so much more. Okay, this is her. In case you didn't already know, but I'm sure that you do. We've known for quite some time now that Benedict's love interest was going to be a woman and be a woman of East Asian descent. And so I think a lot of people, the Bridgerton sleuths were doing their damn job, okay? And frankly, I am surprised that their top picks for who might be Sophie didn't end up being the casting, because the Bridgerton Redditors and all of the sleuths online were able to predict Simone's casting and were also able to put together that Victor and Masali were going to have big roles in the show. And I'm surprised that Yaren, which is how I believe that you pronounce her name, apologies if that's not how you pronounce it, I don't think that they were really in the, top contenders for who people thought Sophie might be. But that's fine by me, because this girl is stunning and amazing, and I've only watched 2 clips of her speaking, and I'm in love. I'm in love. Now, of course, when this casting first dropped, I believe it was Variety that first leaked the news, and then all the other media outlets fell in line. I will go ahead and put up a video of my initial reaction because I was out getting boba and then I saw this on Instagram and I promptly freaked the fuck out. I'm shaking. I'm shaking. Oh my god, bitch. One thing in the article though that kind of had me side-eyeing and got me a little bit nervous was the fact that Bridgerton and Netflix and also the actress's representation, nobody wanted to confirm the casting, which has me a little bit worried. I don't know, is this actually our girl? I imagine that it is because I don't believe that Variety has ever been wrong before, but it's just kind of odd. And it makes me wonder if maybe Variety wanted to be the first one to leak this info and wanted to get a bunch of clicks. And I don't know, maybe the Bridgerton team is fighting for their life right now because Variety went off script. Because I believe that when Simone was casted as Kate, it was kind of announced everybody at the same time. The official Netflix account, the Bridgerton account, all of the other, non-Netflix media accounts were all announcing it at the same time. So this is a bit weird. And I don't know if maybe tomorrow or in the coming days, we're gonna see something from Netflix. But yeah, it was just a little odd to me that there was no official confirmation. When it comes to my hopes for season 4 and what I want to see for Benedict and Sophie, anyone who knows me knows that I am not a fan at all of Benedict's book and Book Benedict in general. I think that he is a classist weirdo. If you want to see my full thoughts on him and their love story, you can go ahead and watch my Bridgerton reading vlog. I actually read and recap all the books in the series. So I am hoping and praying that we don't see a lot of Book Benedict and his personality showing up in that season at all. And I think that they have established Benedict is a very different person from who he was in the book, like they have with a lot of different characters. And so I am fully prepared to love Benefee. If you have watched that video as well, you know that I have been a big proponent of changing Sophie to be a governess for the 2 younger siblings versus the maid and servant role that she has in the books. I have way more faith in the show that they can deliver on the Cinderella maid storyline. However, I do think that making Sophie a governess allows her certain freedoms and certain privileges that her being a servant and a maid wouldn't. So that is still something that I would like to see, but I'm no longer so married to that idea. I also have to say that there is one thing that I'm really hoping that they do with the whole Lady in Silver storyline. For anyone who doesn't know and for anyone who doesn't want to be spoiled, go away for right now. In the book, we open up on a Bridgerton masquerade ball and Sophie shows up in all of her finery with this mask and her and Benedict dance and they kiss and of course she runs away before midnight to make sure that her stepmother, evil stepmother, doesn't find out that she took the night off and went to this ball. Benedict subsequently is totally in love with this mystery woman in silver, and for years he is kind of pining after her. I really, really hope that they do. I have this is the thing, and I say this all the time. I create these scripts and scenarios in my head, and then I get so offended when it doesn't pan out the way that I wanted it to and imagined it in my head. But this is my one thing that I would love to see from the show, and it's the lady in silver, Sophie, being named as the diamond of the season. I think it would be such a gag if the queen saw her and was like, that's my diamond. And so now it's not only Benedict who is trying to find the lady in silver, it's the whole town and the queen. She names her the diamond, and then this girl just disappears from society that same night. That would be so good. Please, Bridgerton gods, please hear me. I just think it would be such a fun storyline. I also think it would be so fun if Penelope was the one to figure out that Sophie is the lady in silver. And I don't know if I want her to publish her identity in Whistledown. I'm thinking no, because we've left, the gossipy, scandalous, exposing people Lady Whistledown in the past. But I just think it would be fun if Penelope was the one to kind of figure it out. And maybe she's actually trying to help Sophie keep it a secret from the Ton and the Queen. Another thing I really hope for in this season is for us to know Benedict as a person and as a character. I feel like it's become a fandom joke that Benedict is the pogo stick of this show. He always has a new love interest. He's always fucking all the time. And I feel like we don't really have a sense of who he is as a person. I think that Luke Thompson is so charming and so, just he has this aura, and you're so enamored by him whenever he's on screen that he's able to become a fan favorite, obviously, based off of that alone. But as a main character, we need more. We need substance, okay? And I feel like they've kind of hinted at that in the past. I think with this last season, in season 3, when he is speaking to Anthony after he took over Anthony's duties when he was on his honeymoon, he talks about how nice it was to have a purpose. And I feel like that's a thing that comes up over and over again for Benedict. Before, his art was his purpose, and now he kind of lost that. I think Benedict is a person who doesn't really know who he is and where he belongs and what he wants. And he kind of just is almost like a chameleon. He can fit into so many different roles, but what is it that he truly wants? I really hope that becomes a central conflict. I also believe that conversation that Benedict had with Henry Granville all the way in the first season is going to be a really big, thematic through line throughout this season.
What about honor? Romance?
What would you know of either? We live on a constant threat of danger, Bridgerton. I risk my life every day for love. It takes courage to live outside the traditional expectations of society. You talk of doing the same, but perhaps it is merely just that. All talk.
And obviously, he's talking about it in the sense of, they're two men who are in love, and then with Benedict, it'll be the fact that he's in love with a woman who is, so below him in terms of their class. I hope that Benedict's lack of purpose and that kind of cowardice that he does have kind of become important themes for him and important parts of his character that he needs to overcome and, grow from. Another thing I want to address really quickly, because I've already seen this, and I know I'm going to keep seeing it, and I'm so fucking sick of it. The way that people are already I can't believe that they gave us by Benedict and then they took it away so quickly and he's gonna end up in a straight relationship or end up with a woman. Bitch, it's 2024. The bi erasure needs to fucking stop. I'm so sick of it. How in your puny little mind does it make sense to you that because Benedict is gonna fall in love and end up with a woman, somehow that's gonna erase his bisexuality? Now, I'll give this to you. I wish that they had introduced his bisexuality sooner. I think that in season 2, he should have had his little love affair with that little blonde guy who he was at the academy with. I think that they had way more chemistry than the woman he was, the model that he was with. I'll give you that. But saying that his bisexuality is somehow erased or redundant because he's gonna end up with a woman, can you shut the fuck up? Genuinely, I'm so sick of hearing you talk. Zip it. Okay? The next thing that I am so beyond excited for is the potential for Canthony and Benefi scenes. These are my ships, bitch. Anyone who knows me knows that I am a Canthony warrior till the day that I die. They just are my ship forever until the end of time. No one's gonna beat them. Everyone else will be fighting for second place. However, I think that once I get Benefy season, everyone's gonna be fighting for third place because Benefy are absolutely my number 2. They might go neck and neck. I don't know. Okay, I have to see the chemistry, I have to see the writing, I have to hear the love declarations, and ooh, the love declarations. I cannot wait for when the season drops and people take Benedict's like poem and speech from season 2 and play it over scenes of Benefy. Mwah! Editors, Instagram editors, I'm looking at you and I'm holding you accountable from this very second, okay? While I love ABC and I would definitely want to see scenes where Anthony and Colin gang up on Benedict while he's in love, I would love to see that. I have such a soft spot for A and B, for Anthony and Benedict, because they're the 2 oldest boys. I feel like they definitely have like a different kind of connection compared to the other siblings. And I just would love to see scenes between them and scenes between Kate and Sophie. I want to see my 2 women of color like together in harmony and like, you know, I need to see it. Okay, I need to see it. I need Canthony and Benefy in scenes together. Just fucking give it to me, okay? And another thing, the same day that we found out the casting for Sophie, Johnny also confirmed that he's coming back for season 4, and Simone has been talking about season 4 nonstop since season 3 dropped. I refuse to lose, bitch. I don't know what that is. I've never heard of it. I don't know what it is to lose. I've never done it before in my life, and I'm never going to. Another thing I'm gonna need from season 4 is for us to return to our romance roots, okay? Because I feel like, and I know this is a common complaint, but it's common because it's kind of accurate. Season 3, I feel like we kind of lost the plot. We lost the focus a bit. And I feel like it wasn't really Pauline's season. The first half of the season was. And then the second half, it was like, I feel like we kind of were mostly focused on Penelope and the Lady Whistledown stuff. I mean, I don't know how else they could have done it. They could have given us 10 fucking episodes and then everything would have been solved and we wouldn't have to rush all these fucking plot lines and end them on very disappointing and half-assed, you know, endings. But you know what? I just want us to go back to like the heart of the show, which for me is romance. And I feel like season 3, we kind of fumbled there. I feel like the first half of the season, it was like rush to get Colin and Penelope together. Second half of the season, fucking drama, bitch, you know? And for some people, maybe they really like that. But for me personally, I just was not really fucking with it. So we need to return to our romance roots, and then we need to stop pushing off resolution to season-long drama to the last 2 episodes. At this point, it's a pattern. You did it in season 2, and I was side-eyeing it, okay? You were gonna wrap up all the mess with the wedding and with Edwina and Kate and Edwina, Kate, and Anthony. You wrapped that up in like 2 fucking episodes. I was side-eyeing it. In season 3, it is the worst pattern because you're telling me, you're looking me dead in the fucking eye and telling me that the most nuclear level fucking drama in this entire show that has been building and boiling for 3 seasons now got solved in like not even 2 episodes, in 1 fucking scene. Penelope got on that stage and just like that dumbass scene in the book, which by the way, can we talk about how much of a clown I am? Because for how long was I talking about, oh, they're never gonna do that. The scene in the book where Penelope, you know, gets up there and Colin announces that she's Lady Whistledown and everybody claps for her. They're never gonna do that in the show. That's so fucking stupid. I was saying that shit for months. Where's the clown makeup, bitch? Actually, you know what? The clown makeup should be on the Bridgerton writing room, because what the fuck was that? Anyway, don't get me started. You'll see more of my reactions and thoughts on that when I post my episode 8 reaction, which I promise is coming. I know it's late and that I'm doing things out of order, but please just bear with me. We just need to stop, okay? If you would just give us even 1 more episode, so many issues that I and so many people have with Bridgerton and all these rushed resolutions would not exist, you know? We need to stop. We need to stop. Also, you're making us wait 2 fucking years for 8 episodes. You're a joke. Another thing that I really hope for in season 4 is that we can move a bit away from Lady Whistledown being such a dominating plot point. I feel like in season 3, you know, we had this kind of bookmark. To be honest, the final episode of season 3 almost felt like a series finale. I was like, okay, we're done. So this is kind of like a new era of Bridgerton in a way. I feel like we need to return to not only our romance roots, but our Bridgerton family roots. I feel like I just want to see more of the family dynamics. We don't see Benedict and Hyacinth interact on their own, barely. There are so many different sibling dynamics, you know, trios, duos, people, you know, the different, I just want to see it. Like, I want to see it all, and I feel like we really don't. And I feel like now that Lady Whistledown has kind of been wrapped up, maybe not in the way I would have liked, but it's been wrapped up a bit, we can now focus more on, like, the actual Bridgerton family and these relationships that all of us, I think, are really invested in and want to see more of. I'm not saying that Lady Whistledown has to be done with entirely, but I am saying that it should not be front and center one of the main storylines along with the main romance like it has been in seasons before. It's time to move on. It's time to reinvent ourselves, because if we don't, we're gonna flounder and we're gonna flop. And I refuse to let that happen, especially not to Benedict. So that is it for me today, you guys. This was a very impromptu video. I wrote like a couple notes down. I'm sure I missed things. These are just my initial off-the-cuff thoughts about season 4. I was too excited, and I feel like I've left you guys hanging for too long, and so this video, it just is what it is. Go ahead and let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of this casting. What are your hopes for season 4? What do you imagine is gonna happen? We need to keep the momentum and the energy alive for each other, because this wait is going to be torturous. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you want to find me anywhere else, all of those links will be down below, as well as a link to my Patreon, where you can find exclusive content, including full-length reactions to Bridgerton Season 3. I love you all so very dearly, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye!